Good morning. Good morning, TikTok family. Good morning, YouTube. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Come one, come all. You guys, so this live is going to be a Q&A on content creation and digital products. Woot woot. So I'm going to be answering some of y'all's most asked questions when it comes to making money online. I know it can be intimidating. Trust me, I've been there. And I want to make sure I'm answering y'all's questions so that y'all aren't feeling confused, so that you can feel confident that you're going to be able to do this, because you can do this. But the problem is a lot of times we do not believe in ourselves. So let's use this opportunity. I have questions that you guys have asked me in the DM. So I have those questions pulled up here. And if there's any questions that you guys have along the way, definitely feel free to drop the questions down below, because I'm going to be answering all of y'all's questions this morning when it comes to digital products, growing your platforms, building your audiences, all of the things. So please do not be shy. And for those of y'all who are new here, my name is Jasmine. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So make sure you follow me. You guys, I do not do Bitcoin, crypto, none of those things, okay? I am your content to cash girly. Do not get hoodwinked, bamboozled, and finessed on these TikTok streets, y'all. Please beware. All right. So the very first thing I want you guys to understand is you can make money online too. Yes, you can. I know you see everyone else doing it, and in your head, you're thinking you can't. If I could go back in time, I've been doing this for 5 years. Good morning. I have been doing this for 5 years, okay? But if I was starting day one, no followers, no money, no product, what would I do? And how would I go about getting to 6 figures today? Okay, I've been a 6-figure earner now for 5 years. So the first thing I would do was I would make a product, a digital product. And for those of y'all who don't know what a digital product is, real quick, a digital product is something you do not have physical possession of, okay? So think of a movie on Netflix, a song on your Apple Music, Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession. It's all in the cloud somewhere, okay? So that's what a digital product is. And it can be anything, y'all. It could be an eBook. It could be a workbook, a journal, a private community, e-courses. It could literally be anything, all right? So that's what a digital product is. So if I was starting brand new, good morning, don't have any money, don't have a following, what would I do? First, I would choose a digital product in a niche and something that I actually accomplished in my life, okay? So for me, I started years ago. I was losing weight, okay? I lost over 100 pounds. And so what I did was I made an ebook on how to lose weight. Good morning, Phantom, good morning. I made an ebook on how to lose weight. I did not have a following. I did not have money to buy ADS. I can't say that word on TikTok, but I did not have money to do any of that. I was starting at ground zero. Ground zero, okay? So what I did, since I had been on a weight loss journey and I had lost a whole bunch of weight, was I made an ebook on how to lose weight, okay? And I used Canva and ChatGPT. You guys, I tell y'all how to do this all of the time. I used Canva and I used ChatGPT. Put them together and I made my ebook. And then I was selling the ebook for $19.99. Well, first I tried to sell it for $37.99 and no one bought it, right? So I was like, maybe it's the price. So I dropped the price down to $19.99. That's what I sold it at. And every single day, I made videos on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok talking about how to lose weight and things that I was doing. The reason why I was able to do it every single day was because I was actually living that. I actually did lose weight, right? I actually did change what I eat. I actually was working out. It's so much harder, and it's so much easier, and I tell my students this all of the time. It is so much easier to show up every day when you are talking about something that you actually have experienced and something that you actually like to do. So what type of content was I making? Good morning. What kind of content was I making to attract an audience who wanted my ebook on how to lose weight? I was sharing things like 3 things I wish I knew about weight loss, 3 exercises that I did to lose belly fat, 3 things that I did to build my glutes, 3 things that I did to lose 2 pounds a week. These were the type of videos I was making on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. And then I also was doing long form YouTube videos, right? So my long form YouTube videos, good morning, my long form YouTube videos, most of them were exercise videos in the gym. So I was walking people through my exercises and the things I was doing to lose weight. Good morning, Ken. So that's how I started. Okay, so remember, you're going to choose something that you've already done. It's so much easier to show up every day confidently when you're talking about something that you've already done. If you choose a niche and something that you don't know nothing about it, you ain't never did it before, of course it's going to be scary because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Let's just be honest, okay? Let's just be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. But when you choose something that you actually like, good morning, and that you've actually experienced, it is so much easier to show up confidently. It's so much easier to show up every day. And it is so much easier to promote your ebook because you know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. And this is exactly what I teach you guys in my 12-week mentorship program, okay? So while we're live, I have the mentorship program locked in at $397. Normally it is $497, so I've taken $100 off. I have taken $100 off while we are on live. Once the live is over, I'm taking the price back up. This is only for the ladies and gentlemen who are ready to change their life. They're ready to lock in. They're ready to make money online. They're ready to get to 6 figures just like me, okay? This is what it's for. It is not for the spectators, the people who are on the fence about it, who want to keep questioning back and forth for something that they want to do. It's not for you. One thing I always say is go off of your gut. If your gut is telling you not ready, you're just not ready. You're just not ready. Let's just call a spade a spade. You're just not ready. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So that was the first question. You guys, I am answering y'all's questions in the on the live Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, definitely ask. That was the very first question. Now TikTok, in order for you guys to join the mentorship, all you guys have to do is go to my profile, click on my profile picture up at the top 2 times, and then you're gonna come here to my link tree. You're gonna click on that. Hold on, it's loading slow. And you're gonna click on the second button where it says Content Creation and Digital Products Mentorship 12-week Program. Okay, so you'll click on that. And then here you go. And as you guys can see, it is marked down to $397. YouTube, you guys have to go to my channel. Once you get to my channel, click on the link that says stand.store. That is my 12-week mentorship program. Once you click on that, it will bring you right here, okay? So that's how you guys get to it, and then you'll scroll through. I have lots of reviews. My students are making money. They're building their audience. They're doing all the things. Enter your name, quadruple, check your email, and check this box right here. I understand and agree to terms of service. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up and do 0 down. Hello, do 0 down, and then hit enroll. With the 12-week mentorship, you guys, we meet every single week live coaching calls, absolutely live coaching calls. You guys also get the replays of that. You also get a one-on-one Zoom call with me where we go over strategies for you and your content, okay? For you, your content, your goals, real strategies, no fluff, everything that I did to get to 6 figures today, okay? Very good, very good. You guys are also going to get access to my private community with me and all of my other students. I have over 200 students, okay? So lots of activity in there, lots of support, motivation, inspiration, love, lots of love, okay? So that was the first question. Again, you guys feel free to ask questions while we're live. Do not be shy. Question number 2. What do I do if I don't have a big audience? I love this question. The question was, what do I do if I don't have a big audience? I get this all the time, so let's talk about it. First of all, let's go ahead and debunk the myth. You do not need a large audience to make a lot of money online. That is the silliest myth that people say to themselves all the time. Thank you, Gigi. People say that all of the time and they're 1000% wrong. That is not true. You need the right audience. You need the right audience, okay? You do not need a large audience, you need a right audience. People have millions of followers, millions of subscribers on these channels, on these platforms, and they don't make any money because they're focused on virality instead of value. One thing I always teach my students is to go off of value. I want all of your content to be adding value. We are not chasing views. We are chasing profits. We are not chasing views. So remember in the example I said earlier when I first launched my ebook, How to Lose Weight, what kind of content was I making? I was making content saying things like things I wish I knew when I started my weight loss journey. That's adding value. 3 foods I eat to lose belly fat. 3 exercises I do to build my glutes. These were videos adding value, not trying to go viral, okay? Now, how do you build an audience? You have 0 followers, you have 0 subscribers. How do you build an audience to want to buy your ebook, right? Because we have to be intentional. I tell you guys this all the time. You could post videos of you dancing, doing TikTok moves and whoop-de-woo. You can do all those things, but that ain't gonna help you sell nobody ebook, all right? So we have to be intentional with the type of content we are creating, okay? This is very important. I hope y'all are taking notes. I hope you're taking notes. Now, the very first thing I want you to do, once you've made your ebook, you know what kind of ebook you want to make, or whatever your digital product is, you know what kind of digital product you're making, right? I need you to ask yourself, who would want this? You have to ask yourself, who would want this? So maybe you made an ebook on how to save money, okay? So now that you've made the ebook is done, you need to ask yourself, who would want this ebook? This is how you create your target audience. This is how you know who you're gonna be talking to in your videos. And the beautiful part about social media today, you guys, was not the case when I first started. It was a totally different algorithm. Today, they are not just pushing creators who have large followings. Half the time, you don't even have to be following someone to see their content. Have you noticed or have you noticed? Whether you're on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, a lot of these creators that you're seeing on your For You page or Explore page, you're not even subscribed to them. You're not even following them. So they're going off of your interests. What kind of content do they know you like to watch? So it's not about followers, it's strictly about interest. So once you know who your target audience is, you know what kind of content you're creating to attract people who will want your ebook on how to save money, you are going to make videos based on that. 3 things I wish I knew when I saved my first 1K. How to save your first 1K fast, right? These are the videos that you need to make in order to attract people who will want your ebook on how to save money, if that was your ebook. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, go ahead and put a yes in the chat. If that makes sense, go ahead and put yes in the chat. You guys, I am doing a Q&A. I am doing a Q&A this morning, so any questions that you have, I want you guys to feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Ken said yes. Very good, very good, very good. And these are the things I teach my students in the 12-week mentorship program, because believe it or not, most of my students came in thinking that they had to have 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 1 million subscribers. That is so far from the truth. I have lots of students who are making sales with under 200 followers on Instagram. I cannot make this up, because they have learned, they implemented, and they executed the things that I told them. We have to make sure that we are creating content to attract an audience who will want what you're selling. We are not chasing views. We are not trying to go viral. That is not our goal. Our goal is to be of service. When you keep that in mind, it makes things so much easier. You better lock in, lock in, lock in. All right, next question. Ooh, okay, this one's good. Next question, she said, how do I stay consistent when I feel invisible? Let's talk about it. This is why I tell you guys all the time, if you guys have caught me on live before, you have heard me say these things. What is extremely important here, thank you for the follow, I need you guys to make sure you are choosing a niche in something that you actually like to do. It is so hard. It is so hard to show up every day when you're doing something that you don't like. True or false? Because then it starts to feel like a job. And why the hell do we want to feel like a job? Why do we want to get off work and then come home and then feel like we're doing more work? At this point, you just worked a double. You just literally worked a double. That's not what we're doing. That's not how we're going about this. The niche that you choose, you guys, I want it to be fun for you. Excuse me. I want it to be fun for you, okay? I want you guys to be enjoying yourself. I want you to be looking forward to doing this, posting your content, going live, talking to your audience, engaging with your community. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to feel like a headache. This is not supposed to feel like a hassle. So when you choose something that you love to do, you're less likely to give up on it because it's something that you truly love to do. Now, how do you keep going when you feel like no one's watching? One of the biggest things I can tell you, and I learned this in my own experience too, the biggest thing I can tell you, just because someone isn't commenting, just because someone isn't liking, just because someone isn't sharing, does not mean they're not watching. I have had a lot of people, I've been going live for years. I've been doing this for 5 years, guys. I have had a lot of people, when I was live on my other YouTube channel, when I was live on Instagram, when I was live, they wouldn't say anything, okay? I would say the things I'm saying now. Like this live, comment, whatever. They won't say nothing, right? But they'll still buy it. Believe it or not, a lot of people are silent watchers. You might be one, true or false. You might be a silent watcher. You might be a silent watcher. These are the people who never comment. They never share. They never let you know they're there. But they're not doing it maliciously. They just are silent watchers. They don't have much to say, right? And a lot of times people are watching content, especially on YouTube. They're watching on their TV. A lot of people watch YouTube on their TV. Well, you can't leave a comment when you're watching on the TV. You can only like. But that's if they have the remote near them, right? Sometimes people have the phone going, they got their earbuds in, they're walking, and their phone is in their pocket. But that doesn't mean they're not listening. That doesn't mean they don't enjoy you. So what I need you guys to understand, we're not going off of views. We're not going off of how many people liked, and we're not going off of how many people commented and shared. Yes, it's nice. I'm not sitting here saying it's not. Of course, it's gonna push the video and more people are gonna see it because people are interacting. Of course, that is very true. However, thank you, Miriam. However, that does not equal sales. There are plenty of creators who have hundreds and thousands of views and still haven't sold their product. There are lots of creators who have millions of followers and make no money online except for what the platform pays them, but they don't have an actual product of their own. Okay? So I need you to get out of your head. Stop thinking that people aren't watching. They are watching. You are being impactful. You are teaching people. You are motivating people, and you are inspiring people, okay? We cannot have the mindset of, well, no one commented, so that means no one liked it. That's not true. That is not true, okay? Are we clear? Go ahead and put yes in the chat if we're clear on that one. Go ahead and give me a yes in the chat if we are clear on that. So we are not gonna focus on views. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that moving forward. We're not doing that, okay? Also, you guys, my mentorship is open, you guys. I have marked it down for the sake of the live. So normally it is $4.97 and is worth every single dollar of the $4.97. I give nobody nothing but results. However, on this live, while we are live, it's down $3.97. So I took $100 off. YouTube, in order for you guys to access it, you have to go to my channel. Once you get to my channel, you're gonna click on the very first link that says stand.store. When you click on that link, it's gonna take you right there, okay? TikTok family, you guys have to click on my profile picture up at the top to come to my profile. Let me go back. Come to my profile. You're gonna click on my Linktree link right here. When you click on that Linktree link, you're gonna click on the second button where it says Content Creation and Digital Products Mastery 12-week mentorship. We meet every single week live. I also give my students the replays. I want y'all watching those over and over again. The more you hear stuff, the more it sticks. The more you hear it, the more it sticks. Then the more you're able to implement. Not only do we meet every single week live, you also get access to ask me any questions. I'm checking in on you. I'm giving you feedback. I'm reviewing your digital products. I'm looking at your platform. I'm looking at your content. I am your mentor. I am helping you every single step of the way. You will never feel like you're in this by yourself when you lock in with me, because that's the scariest place to be, and I need you to get out of that fear. You are not by yourself. I am right here with you every single step of the way, okay? You're also gonna get a one-on-one Zoom call with me so we can come up with a strategy and a plan specifically for you and your business and your content, okay? You're also gonna get access to my private WhatsApp community with me and all of my other students. I have over 200 students and they are all doing great things. They're making sales, they're posting content, they're going live, they're building their community, they're doing everything that they thought they could never do. They're doing everything they thought they could never do. So many of us live in fear. So many of us live in fear. No more fear. No more fear, okay? So that was the next question. And also, you guys, this is a Q&A, so any questions that you guys have, make sure y'all ask. Make sure you guys ask. Let me pull up the next question. These questions are common questions I get in my inbox all of the time. Okay, next question. How do I actually start making money online? So there's a couple of different ways to do this. I'm all or nothing, okay? What I like to do is teach my students not only how to monetize with their digital product, but also how to monetize these platforms. Why not monetize your YouTube channel? Why not monetize your Instagram? Why not monetize your Facebook? Let's double dip. Let's triple dip. Shit, we're posting content anyways, right? Let's get all of the funds, okay? So first and foremost, you can monetize your platforms. Now, though, that takes longer, okay? So building your YouTube channel, I have 3 monetized YouTube channels. Very good, QA, very good. You guys, the mentorship is open. You guys can use Afterpay or Klarna. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, do 0 down. Do 0 down, enroll, let's get started, okay? Now, monetizing your platform, that's gonna take the longest amount of time to do because most of these platforms, they have requirements. Like you have to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. For YouTube, Instagram, they don't have the requirements outlined. They just kind of give it to you when they feel like you've done the work, right? But most of the time, in order to get that, you have to be very consistent. Okay, that's cool. So what you're going to do, you're going to monetize through a digital product. And it could be anything, you guys. A digital product could be anything. It could be an ebook, a workbook, journals, affirmation cards. You could do e-courses. You could do a private community. There's so many things that you can do in whatever niche you want. In whatever niche you want. Now, I always tell you guys, use ChatGPT and use Canva. And in my mentorship, I walk you guys step by step how to do it. Use Canva, ChatGPT, those apps are free. So there's really no reason why you're not using them to make money. They're free. You will put those 2 apps together and you will make your digital product, okay? Now, let's talk about pricing. This is something that's very important because you're probably trying to figure out, okay, I made the ebook, but I don't know what to price it at. First of all, we have low ticket offers, we have mid-tier, and we have high ticket offers. If you are brand new to digital products, so creating your ebook, selling it, you don't have an audience, right? You haven't built trust with people. I want you to start with a lower ticket item. So anything between $9.99 to $24.99, somewhere in that range is considered low ticket. This is where people don't feel like they need to trust you as much because let's be honest, nobody wants to lose money, right? Like no one's like, oh, I just want to lose $25 today, right? No one says that, but $25 in this economy, it don't really get you that far, right? So more people are likely to spend that type of money with you because one, they don't trust you yet because they don't really know you. They trusted you enough to buy, but they don't really trust you yet. So $25, $19.99, $14.99, somewhere up in there, it's kind of like, okay, I'll pay for it. I'll see how it goes. See, you know, what she's talking about. You're gonna get a lot more sales that way because it's a cheaper priced item. And then with those sales, you get more emails. And I teach my students all about email automation and things. This is how you have your business running on autopilot. This is how you make money while you sleep, through your emails, through your DM flows, things that are working behind the scenes, okay? So start with a lower priced item. Get more sales because it's a cheaper price, right? You're gonna get more emails and you're gonna start nurturing your customers through those emails to get them ready for your mid-ticket or your high ticket, okay? Very good. No QA, the only way you'll be able to contact me is through the mentorship, okay? That's the only way you can contact me. All right, does that make sense, you guys? If that makes sense, put yes in the chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If that makes sense, go ahead and put yes in the chat. And again, this is a Q&A, you guys. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. I'm just answering some of the most common questions I get in my DMs. And for those of y'all who are new here, my name is Jasmine. Make sure you guys follow me so you don't lose me. Also, I do not do crypto. I do not do Bitcoin, you guys. So please do not get finessed, hoodwinked, and bamboozled on these TikTok streets. Also, if I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, please like this live, please share this live. Hi, Muscle. The more we engage, the more we like, comment, share, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this live to more people, okay? So if I say anything that resonates with you, vibrates with you, please feel free to like, share, comment, okay? Fair enough. I hope y'all are taking notes. I hope you're taking notes. Also, one thing I want to talk to y'all about real quick is fear. Before we move on to the next question, let's address fear real quick because I'm sensing a lot of fear in the room. I am sensing a lot of fear in this room, honey. Listen, a lot of you guys, most of you guys, have already considered starting a digital product business. You already know that you want to make more money. You already know you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You know these things. It's already been established. Like, you want to do this. You want to make content. You want to help people. However, it's fear that is holding you back from that. False evidence appearing real. Fuck everything and run. Digital marketing 700. I already know. I can sense there's a lot of fear in this room. Listen to me very closely, you guys. This is one thing I had to learn on my journey. I'm giving y'all all the tea. One thing I had to learn is you cannot make money online and live in fear. You cannot make money online and live in fear. You have to make the choice. It's either or. You're either going to continue to allow this fear to run your life, and you're not going to reach your goals. You're not going to get to the financial freedom you want. You're not going to be able to stop living paycheck to paycheck, or you're going to remove the fear from your mindset once and for all and finally start to make the money that you deserve to make. But you have to make that decision. And a lot of you guys have been trying, but it's the fear that's holding you back. Fear has you in a chokehold. Fear has you in a chokehold. And you are so fearful of failing. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of, what if no one likes me? You're so fearful of not looking perfect. You just have all of these things in your head. Let me address them. First of all, no one's perfect. So you will never be able to look perfect. So let's just go ahead and debunk that. You will never be able to look perfect. Perfection is fear. Saying, oh, I'm a perfectionist. No, you live in fear. So that's number one. Number two, thank you for the follow. Number two, we don't live in high school. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. We are not in high school anymore. We cannot continue to care about what other people think about us. Do they pay your bills? Did they come up with half for that phone bill? Are they giving you, do they got 1,000 on that rent? Because if the answer is no, which 9 times out of 10 is not, if the answer is no, why do we allow other people to have so much of a pull on our life? Why do we allow other people to have so much power over what we do? I gotta put my phone on the charger. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? You know why we do it? I'm gonna tell you why we do it. Hold on, I'm gonna put this phone on the charger real quick. The reason why we live like that is because it's scary to fathom a life that's not like everyone else's. Most people that we're around, right? Most people that we're around have jobs. Most people that we're around, especially, listen, we spend more time with our coworkers than our family. If you work an 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour shift, you spend more time with your coworkers than your actual family. True or false? Okay. Well, when you work with your coworkers, most of the time, unless they're like management or something, most of the time you all make about the same amount of money. They might make $1 or more than you, but y'all are still in the same tax bracket. So most of the time, y'all all got the same financial problems. It is so hard to fathom a life outside of that because that's not what you see. That's not what you're around. You are around energy that's all like everyone else. I gotta pay this bill this week. No, I gotta wait till payday for this. I was gonna take a vacation, but I can't because I got this coming up. Oh, I might have to put this on my credit card. Everyone in your department typically makes around the same amount of money. So that's the type of energy you're around. That's the type of energy you're around, right? And it's so hard to escape that mindset, that energy, because that's what you're around all day. You're around negative Nancy's. You're around people who do nothing but gossip. You're around people who live in lack mentality. That's what you're around. So it's so hard to see anything outside of that because that's who you're around all day. How can you escape that? And so you're thinking to yourself, you see people talking about these digital products, you see people making money online, you see it on your phone, but that's not what you're around. So in order to escape that, it's going to require you to shut the noise out. Good morning. We got to shut the noise out. We can't focus on who's saying what. We can't focus on their opinions about our business. They don't even have a damn business. So why are you taking their advice? What business do they have? What content did they post? What dreams are they chasing? What dreams are they chasing? Are they chasing dreams? No, they just sitting around talking about them, right? Most people that we're around are talkers. They talk about all these things they're gonna do, ain't did nothing yet, right? Good morning. So in order to escape that, you're gonna have to let go of the fear because you hear all this negative stuff in your ear and you're trying to escape, but you can't escape because that's who you're around all day. But we have to understand, you can do it. Just because they don't think you can has nothing to do with you. That's what their opinion. Their opinion doesn't matter when it comes to your life. Okay? So we have to let go of the fear. And I say this all the time, if I never let go of the fear I had, I would not be sitting here today 5 years later in my dream apartment, driving my dream car, living my dream life. I would not even be on this live talking to you. I'd be down the street working at the lab I was working at for all them years, depressed, broke, miserable as hell. 100 pounds heavier. Yes. Yes. What if I never let go of that fear? I would still be there. Hello. I would still be there to this day. Yes, my whole life changed. Not only did my finances change, my whole life changed. I used to drink every day. That's how miserable I was. It was a way for me to cope. I would get off work and I would sit down, I would eat, I would sit down, and I would drink until I fell asleep every day. Every day. Never miss a day. Never. I have not had a drink in 4 years. I lost 100 pounds. Yes. If I posted pictures of my before and afters on my other YouTube channel, which is my weight loss and fitness channel, and people was like, who is this lady? I was like, it's me. They was like, you look older back then. I was like, I know, ain't that some shit? How am I older today, but look younger now than I did when I was younger? Make it make sense. Muscle said, teach me. Absolutely. Yes, it's a Friday. Oh, very good, Ariella. Very good. See, this is what I'm talking about. These are the things that I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a total transformation, but it all starts in here. It all starts in here. And so for those of you guys who are on a transformation, that could be your content. That could be your digital product, whatever your transformation is. What I said at the beginning of this live. Do something that you, A, have a passion for, or 2, something that you've lived through, an experience that you've had, something that you've gone through, or something that you're going through right now. People buy transformations. People buy transformations. Yes, they do. Now, you guys, my mentorship is open. TikTok and YouTube, I have taken $100 off while we're live. Once the live is over, I will be taking the price back up to $4.97, okay? Right now it is $3.97 while we're live. YouTube, you guys have to go to my YouTube channel and then click on the link that says stand.store. It takes you right there. TikTok, you guys have to click on my profile picture up here at the top. You can come to my profile and click on where it says Linktree right here. Once you click on that, you're gonna click on this second button that says Content Creation and Digital Products Mentorship, 12-week mentorship program. Remember, you guys, we meet every single week live. I'm teaching you guys how to create your digital product, how to sell it, how to build an audience, how to attract people who want what you're selling, okay? And then all the automations, email marketing, DM marketing. There's a lot of money made in these DMs, y'all. Do not sleep on your DMs. That's why I tell y'all to comment the word how. It's not for my health. It's not for my health. There's money in the DMs. There's money in the emails. That's why people still get emails. Why you think Fashion Nova is sending you emails? They're not sending you emails for their health. There's money there. There's lots of money there, okay? These are all automations. This is all essential for your business. This is how you make money while you're asleep. This is exactly how you make money while you're asleep. You have your systems in play, your automations. These are things that a lot of people don't think about. You are a business. You are a brand. You're a CEO. I need you to act like one, okay? So we meet every single week live. You also get the replays to those. I want you watching those replays 200 times, even after you come up off the live. I want you watching those 200 times, okay? The more you hear stuff, the more it sticks, the more you do it. I also want you in my inbox. You have access to me. I want you asking questions. I'm giving you feedback, checking in on you, checking your content, checking your digital products. I am with you every single step of the way. I am your mentor. You're also going to get access to my private group chat with me and all of my other students. I have over 200 students, okay? And all of my students are doing amazing things. They're making sales. Thank you. They're making sales. They're posting content. They're going live. They're building their audience. They're doing all the things they never thought they'd be able to do because they lived in fear for way too long. And a lot of my students are actually older. I have a lot of students who are in their 40s and 50s, and they had convinced themselves that they were too old for this. This is new age stuff. They're not young. They're not good with technology. No, absolutely not. A lot of my students, I have several students who are 57 years old. They are making sales. One of them did 1K in 3 weeks at 57. And she was convincing herself, she was all in her head, that she was too old for it. Yes, very good, Ariel. This is perfect. Still want financial freedom through tech. And it can be done, you guys. I don't care if you're a baby boomer. I don't care if you're a millennial. I don't care if you're a Gen Z. It doesn't matter. As long as you know how to use your phone, which you do because you arrived upon this live, you know how to use that phone to click on that app and scroll through and watch funny videos. True or false? Okay, so you know how to use your phone. That's something that you put in your head because you will not let go of the fear. That's something you put in your head because you don't want to let go of the fear. That's what that is. And there are plenty of people who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, all making money online. So no, you do not have an excuse, not on this side, absolutely not, okay? So like I said, we meet every single week live, 12 weeks. You also get that one-on-one Zoom call with me because we're going over strategy specifically for you and your business. You're also going to get access to my private WhatsApp community with me and all of my other students. I'm gonna give you over 30 ChatGPT fonts, YouTube thumbnails, Instagram Reel thumbnails for those of y'all who do want to be on YouTube or Instagram. The choice is yours. And then I have lots of reviews here from me and my students. Lots of reviews. All from my WhatsApp communities, you guys. Sorry, I don't know why my iPad's freezing so much. But anyway, scroll down, read through the reviews, scroll down, enter your name, quadruple check your email address, you guys, because what you put in is where it's going. Now, when you purchase online, please come back to this live and let me know you got your email. If you did not get your emails because there was a spelling mistake, but no worries, I'll take care of it right here. I'll send everything to you manually. In your emails, you're gonna get all of the links to all of the classes. At the day and time of the class, you click on the link, it takes you right there, okay? And I also send it out throughout the weeks because I know people be misplacing the emails. I don't see the email. You got it, girl. It's just lost in the sauce somewhere, so I be sending them out. Thank you, Ariella. So I constantly send them out, so I got you either way, okay? Make sure you guys check, I understand, and agree to terms and conditions. You can also use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up, okay? Start with 0 down. Hit enroll, give 30 to 45 seconds, refresh your email, then come back to this live and say, yes, I got it, or no, I did not, okay? If you didn't get it, I'll take care of it. Now, the next question, and you guys feel free to ask your questions. This is a live. Feel free to ask whatever questions you have. Ask your questions. The next question, what if I've already tried and it didn't work? I need a little bit more elaboration on that. What do you mean by you tried and it didn't work? Because what is not working for you mean? Do you do TikTok? No TikTok. No, I can't use that word on live. No, all organic, absolutely all organic. Now I have in the past, years ago, I used to purchase those, but I have not purchased those in years. I'd say about 3 years now. Absolutely, all organic. So when you say it didn't work, what does that mean? When you say it doesn't work, are you saying because you didn't hit 1 million views in 30 minutes? Are you saying it didn't work because you didn't make $500,000 in a week? What do you mean by it didn't work? Because let me explain something to you. As long as you got someone to watch it, it worked. As long as you had people engaging, it worked. Do not sleep on, don't overconsume yourself with view count. Your view count does not matter, because you could have a video that has 100,000 views, but people only stuck around for 20 seconds. And they swiped off after 20 seconds. You could have another video that has 500 views, and more than half of those people watched all the way to the end. They loved the video. They watched it from beginning to end. They might have even watched it multiple times because it resonated with them. But you're not going to see all of that as the viewer. All you see is a number that says 500 views. You don't see the analytics on the other side of that content with the content creator, where it's showing when they left, how long they stayed. You don't see all that. So in your head, you think, oh, that video only got 500 views. But those 500 views on that video was way more impactful than the video that had 1 million views and people left after 10 seconds. True or false? So I don't know what you mean by it didn't work. Did you show up? Are you doing more today than you did yesterday? Because the version of you from a week ago, you were too afraid to post. The version you were 2 weeks ago, you were too afraid to even record yourself. Now you recorded yourself. Now you went live. So it did work, because you're doing more today than you did 2 weeks ago, a month ago. We can't just look at progress as numbers. What about all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes? The confidence that you're building, the self-doubt that you're removing, the fear that you're letting go of. Don't those things matter? You can't have a business and live in fear. So until you let go of that fear, you have no business. You don't have no business. You know how many times I be scared? Yes, of course, 5 years later. But I quickly let it go. You know why? Because I know that I get nowhere with fear. I can't even think straight. I'm thinking about all the what ifs in the bad way. How does that work? That doesn't help me. That doesn't help with nothing. Okay? So like I said, you either going to let go of the fear, false evidence appearing real, or you can keep holding on to it, but don't be confused when nothing with your business is progressing. Don't be confused. Good morning, good morning. How? So what? How are we making money online? And you guys, this is a Q&A, so do not ask questions. Do not ask questions. Ask questions, okay? Ask questions. And for those of y'all who are new here, my name is Jasmine. Make sure y'all follow me. Thank you, Amanda, for the follow. I do not do crypto or Bitcoin. So please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, and bamboozled on these TikTok streets, okay? The next question is, how do I know which platforms to grow? Okay, so that's a good question. First of all, I always tell you guys to make sure you're building at least 3 platforms, because one is too close to none, right? You could put all your eggs in a TikTok basket and then TikTok takes it away from you. What will you do next, right? We don't live like that. We can't operate like that moving forward. We need multiple streams, just like we need multiple streams of income. That one income at your job is too close to none, okay? So we need multiple streams. What I always suggest to my students is to choose the platforms that they enjoy. There's a reason why you're on TikTok. You like TikTok. You like TikTok, right? So build a TikTok. He said, do you know when TikTok Shop opens in Australia this week? I do not know. I do not know. But you can still put your digital products on a hosting site. So Stand Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify, okay? I'm in the US, okay? So if you love TikTok, grow your TikTok. Now you need 2 more. Well, I tell everyone, do not sleep on YouTube. YouTube is the most watched platform. I cannot stress this enough. There are more people on YouTube than any other platform. More people on YouTube than TikTok and Instagram. YouTube has replaced cable TV. So I'm always going to advocate that you make YouTube one of your platforms. Now, YouTube is one of the slower ones to grow. YouTube takes years to grow, but that does not mean that you can't make sales on there. I made a lot of sales when I was selling my ebook on how to lose weight on YouTube. My first sales actually came from YouTube. Yes, on my weight loss and fitness channel, absolutely. People who watch you on YouTube, they're really invested in you. Think about it. On TikTok and Instagram, it's short form videos, right? 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. But when someone sits and watches your YouTube video, you got more than 20 seconds out of them, right? You got 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You had someone sit and watch your YouTube video for 10 minutes. We already talked about people got short attention spans. And you got someone to sit through a YouTube video for 10 minutes? They really enjoy you. They really enjoy you. How to Lose Weight ebook. Absolutely. Yes, Kimura. Yes. They really enjoy you. Okay? And that's what builds trust. YouTube is the slowest to grow. But I always tell my students, that is the most valuable platform you will ever have. I cannot make this up. YouTube is by far the most valuable platform you'll ever have. It's not Instagram, it's not TikTok, it is YouTube. Okay? So do not sleep on YouTube. So which platforms am I on? I'm on them all. I always tell you to build 3, but I have 5. So I am on TikTok, I have 2 Instagrams, I am on Threads, I am on Facebook, and I have 3 YouTube channels, and I am on Pinterest, okay? I want you to be in as many places as possible, but bare minimum of 3. Bare minimum of 3, okay? Bare minimum. You must be on at least 3, okay? So which ones do you want? That's up to you. Thank you. You got to be everywhere. And also, you guys, I want y'all to remember, a lot of people just have their preferred platform. Like some people just love to be on TikTok. And they don't care what you're talking about on YouTube. They're not getting off TikTok, right? Some people love to be on Instagram. Some people love YouTube. I love to be on YouTube. I love YouTube, right? So it's like, if you want to reach those people, you got to come to where they're at because they're not coming to you. They are not coming to you. You got to go to them. So that's another reason why it's important to be on multiple, okay? And again, it's not hard. It's not hard. The same video you post on TikTok, put it on Instagram, and put it on YouTube Shorts. The same video. Just boom, boom, boom. Takes all of 5 minutes. Put it on one, okay, let it upload, then carry it over with the same caption over to Instagram, let it upload, okay, then take it over to YouTube Shorts. 5 minutes. It's not hard. It is not hard, okay? Good morning, good morning. It is not hard. Get out your head. Get out your head. Now, do not forget, you guys, the mentorship is open. I have marked the price down. It is $3.97 while we're live. Normally it is $4.97. It is worth every penny of $4.97. I add nothing but value, and I teach my students everything it took me to learn, okay? I've been doing this for 5 years. I am literally lumping everything I learned in 5 years into 12 weeks. I wish I had this when I first started. I'd be further along than where I am. Why? Because knowledge is power, but knowledge with implementation is king. Okay, you can have all the knowledge, but if you're not doing it, it's still of no use to you. A lot of you guys, you download the freebies, you go to all the free webinars, but you haven't done nothing with it. You've done nothing with the information that you got for free because there's no commitment. There's no sacrifice. You can quit at any time because you didn't give anything up. True or false? True or false? The minute you invest, you spend your hard-earned money, now you have to be committed to it because you worked hard for that. Right? So when you feel like giving up, you're gonna be like, no, because I remember how many hours I had to work to pay for that. I'm gonna keep going. True or false? When stuff is free, you don't have that energy. Yeah, I don't care. Hello. With your mentorship, do you build? Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely so, absolutely. I teach you guys how to build the funnels, how to create your email list, what kind of things you say in your email marketing, how to create DM flows. You guys, there's a lot of money in the DMs. That's why I tell y'all DM me the word how. It ain't for my health. It ain't for your health. It's because there's money there. You can convert a lot of people in the DMs. I convert a lot of people in the DMs, okay? So I teach you all of that, absolutely, every single thing. I didn't even know DMs made money until year 4. I just learned that last year. Imagine if I had been running my DMs like I run them now when I first started. That's what I'm saying. I'd be further ahead. I'd be further ahead. But you live and you learn. That's why now I spend money on mentorship, because I'm not going to waste no more time not knowing something. Life is too short. I'm trying to get there as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And it won't be due to lack of knowledge. It will not be due to lack of knowledge. Absolutely not. Okay? So YouTube, you guys have to go to my YouTube channel and then click on the link that says stand.store. It'll take you right to the mentorship. TikTok, you guys have to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Click on that twice, and then you'll come to my profile. Click on my link tree right here. Once you click on this link tree link, sorry, y'all, this iPad is a little old, so move a little slow. Once you get there, click on the second link here where it says Content Creation Digital Products Mastery 12-Week Mentorship Program, okay? Thank you, Spiritual. And then when you click on that, it'll bring you right to where we were at. Sorry, I try to count the clicks. That's why I don't be clicking on it freely. It's just something I like to do. More marketing, more sales information. Where was I at? TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I just monitor the clicks. That's why I don't click on it like that. But anyways.
Yo, this dude on TikTok just said, a man.
Lordy.
Show up in the form of a
Sorry, y'all. Okay, and it's about to die on me. Okay. So once you click on it, Linktree. Yeah. Right here. Click on the second link. And then there we go. As you guys can see, it is $3.97. Okay. Minnie Chats, it should take you there. It should take you there, but even if you go to my link tree, you can click on the YouTube link right there at the top. So even when you go to my link tree, then my YouTube link is right here at the top, okay? I don't know why it's doing that. I'll check it because I thought it was taking you there before. But yes, that's how you enroll in the mentorship, okay? Oh, it just says open anyway. When you click on that, just click on open anyway, and then it takes you right there. Minnie Chats, okay? That's my YouTube. That is one of my YouTubes. This is the one on teaching people how to be content creators, okay? I have multiple YouTube channels. So that's that. Do you guys have any questions for me, you guys? This is a Q&A, so please don't be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Let me pull up the next question for us. How do I deal with negative people talking about me when making content? Well, first of all, it is $3.97, Jose. I have marked it down while we're live. I normally sell it for $4.97, and I do sell it for $4.97. But while we're live, it is $3.97, so I took $100 off, okay? I took $100 off. So first of all, yeah, let's talk about those negative comments. First of all, you guys, the problem with us as humans is we like to only think about the negative stuff. We never think about the positive stuff. And I'm guilty of it too. I've had plenty of videos that go viral and I'm only tuned into the negative stuff. Why do they say that? Why do they say that? That's human nature. But what I want you guys to understand is most of the time, I would say about 95% of the time, there are way more positive comments, way more positive feedback than negative ones. But because we're humans, we're in our emotions, right? We only tend to remember the negative, okay? It's like so many people could be saying, you motivated me, I needed to see this, thank you so much. But the one person that said, I don't like that dress, or why are you wearing that? Then it's like, that's all we focus on. And we need to remind ourselves why we even did this in the first place. Our goal is to help people, right? I've said this the entire life. Our goal is to help people. Our goal is to be of service for people. Our goal is to give people information that we wish we knew however long ago, right? So as long as you're doing that, you're adding value, you're showing up for your audience, you're being yourself, that's all that matters. We should not be focused on the negative person that's sitting in their mama basement somewhere with no job talking shit. People love to talk shit on the internet because it's the only place they feel like they can be heard, because they are not able to be heard in their real life. So that's why people talk shit on the internet. But that has nothing to do with you. And that lets you know what kind of person that person is who talks about people online. Because there's plenty of things I have seen on the internet that I don't necessarily agree with. I just keep scrolling. You will never find a successful person unless it's like 50 Cent or something. Because he do be talking shit to people. But most of the time, you do not find successful people talking shit in the comments. You don't see that. That is not normal. That is not normal. People who are really making money, they don't even have time to be on the internet like that. So that just lets you know what kind of person that is that took time out of their day to say something negative about what you have going on. Well, ask them what the hell they got going on. Nothing. Not a damn thing. They sitting there looking at you. So we don't focus on that. We focus on helping people, okay? And just don't forget, it's always the negative stuff that we tend to hold on to for whatever reason, I don't know. But I promise you, there's so much more positive impact than negative. I swear, okay? So we're not gonna think about that. We're not gonna think about it. We focus on helping people, okay? We is focused on helping people. All right, next question. Let me pull it up. Where we at? Next question. Well, I already answered this one, but for those of y'all who just joined, the question earlier was, if I started with nothing, what would I do? Meaning I have 0 followers, 0 subscribers, $0. What would I do? Thank you. What would I do? Well, first and foremost, I want you guys to figure out what kind of digital product could you sell that solves a problem, but most importantly, something that you have either experienced or something you have knowledge in, or some type of transformation that you're doing right now in your own life. Okay, so like I said earlier, I was on a weight loss journey, so I decided to sell an ebook on how to lose weight. Okay, so whatever type of journey you're on, it could be a savings journey, you're buying a house journey, like whatever journey you're on, start with that. Okay, start with something that you enjoy doing. I love working out, so it made sense, right? So I want you to start with that. You're going to use ChatGPT and you're going to use Canva. You're going to put them together and you're going to make a digital product. And you guys, remember, I walk y'all through how to do that in the mentorship, for sure. Okay? Now, once you have your digital product together, I want you to make it a lower priced item. So anything between $9.99 to $24.99. That's considered low risk to your buyer, right? $9, $25, somewhere up in there. It's like, yeah, who wants to lose that if it's some BS, right? But at the end of the day, people aren't like butthurt about it. So it takes less trust for someone to spend $14.99, right? They might have just found you, they liked what she was talking about, you said your ebook was $14.99, they're like, all right, cool. So they're gonna buy it. You'll get more sales at a cheaper price, okay? Of course. Now, when you get those sales, you're going to start sending out emails. You're going to be checking in, asking them how they liked your ebook, giving them some tips, some pointers. This is all marketing, you guys. There's a reason for the madness. This is all marketing, okay? And then when you drop your higher priced item, good morning, when you drop your higher price item, if the experience with the lower price item was great, you nurtured them, they enjoyed what they purchased, they're happy, those are the people who are going to want to buy your mid-ticket or your high-ticket item. Now, the more expensive an item gets, the less purchases you're gonna have, but that's okay, because you are not designed to be for everybody. Just like my mentorship is not for everybody. I am not helping people who don't know if they want to be helped, right? If my mentorship was $19.99, I would have a lot of people sign up. I already know. The reason why I priced it where I priced it is because only a certain number of people are, one, are going to buy it, and then two, are going to actually do the things I tell them to do. I'm not interested in helping people who do not want to be helped. Do you want to help people who won't be helped? No, they don't think they have a problem. They don't think there's anything for them to learn. The person who invests $4.97, or right now where we're live, $3.97, the person who invests $3.97, they know that they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They want something different. They're not just talking about it, they're actually about action. Two, they're more likely to show up. They're not making excuses. No. No, because they've sacrificed a lot. They're not making excuses. They're showing up tired. They're showing up even when they don't feel like it. They're showing up despite self-doubt. They're showing up despite fear. Because people who do that, they're going to make it. Because they don't let excuses hold them back. Not no more. They've grown out of that. They are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Absolutely. Good morning. In your course, do you have a, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I teach you all about AI. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good question. Everything about ChatGPT, Canva, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, literally every single thing, email automations, DM flows, everything. Mindset mastery, sales and marketing. We spend several weeks talking about sales. You guys, your digital product, the creation of your digital product is 20% of the equation. 20%, that's it. That is only 20%. The other 80%, marketing and sales. The reason why so many people do not make money online is because they are only focused on that 20%, which is the product. They refuse to learn the other 80, which makes or breaks your business, which is marketing and sales. It is a 12-week mentorship, absolutely, 12 weeks. Everything that I learned in 5 years with my mentors, yes, I have mentors too. Everything that I learned in 5 years, I am giving to you in 12 weeks. We meet every single week live, okay? Every single week, and you get the replays as well. Because life be life, and sometimes you might have family events, you might be working the day, whatever it is, you still gonna learn. And you are still going to ask me all of the questions, whether you're live or watching the replay or both. I don't care. I don't care, okay? Very good. So we're good on that. So you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna use Canva, you're gonna use ChatGPT, you're gonna put it together and make your product. You guys, this is why I'm telling y'all, choose a product as something that you actually like and something that you've gone through, because it's so much easier to show up when you're doing it like that. I don't want you guys in the mindset of chasing money. Oh, I'm gonna do this niche because it's making the most money. No, it's not. Because if you're not consistent with it, you will make no money, no matter what the niche is. Yes, so our Zoom is one-on-one. So you guys get a Zoom call with the mentorship. That is one-on-one, just me and you. And then the other ones, the 12 weeks, that is group. That is group, okay? But you're still free to ask the questions. You still have access to my inbox. I'm gonna be reviewing your digital product, looking at your content, all of the things, okay? So you still have access to me every day. We meet every week live, but you still have access to me every day. I expect to be hearing from you, and I expect you to respond to my messages too. Don't me message you, where are you at? I haven't heard from you in a few days, and you got me on red. Why would you do me like that? Don't do me like that now. All right? Don't be leaving me on red. Do not be leaving me on red. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me? Yes, absolutely. Accountability. That's the biggest part, you guys. That is the biggest part, is accountability. There's no doubt in my mind that you can't do this, because you can. But the problem is, a lot of us lack accountability. We say all the things that we're going to do that we want to do, but when it's actually time to do it, it's crickets. We're not moving. Oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, I worked hard today, I'm going to take the day off. Where's the accountability? What are we doing? What are we doing? We got excuse after excuse. The reason why the free information doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for anyone, it's not just you. One, people don't respect free. No one respects free. People will give you free meals and you'll still complain about it. They ain't seasoned enough. It's cold. They ain't cooked the chicken all the way through. Complain about something that's free. No respect. No respect. Same with content. You've archived all of the reels. You've watched all of the webinars. You got all the free checklists, and you haven't done nothing with it because you don't respect it. There was no sacrifice put in place. That's why you didn't move off anything. And then on top of that, there's no accountability. When you lock into mentorship, now you got someone asking you, I ain't seen your digital product yet. Where is it? What are we doing? You told me you was gonna commit to 5 hours a week. What are we doing? What's going on? You said you had 5 hours a week to work on this. I don't see no content. I'm following you. You said you was posting on YouTube. Did you make a new YouTube? Because I don't see none of them videos you was talking about. Now you got accountability. Now them excuses don't fly no more. No. And that's the problem. It's going to require you to move out of your comfort zone. That's the scary part. But what did I say? You cannot make money online and live in fear. You have to make the choice. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep letting day by day go by with no motion? Or are you finally going to lock in and build this business you've been talking about building for a very long time? Do you guys have any more questions for me before we get off? Again, you guys, do not forget the mentorship is marked down. It is $397. It is normally $497. I took $100 off while we're live, but the live is ending. I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes to lock into that, and then I will be taking the price back up. This is a Q&A, so if you guys had any questions, definitely feel free to ask. And if you are new here, my name is Jasmine. Make sure you follow me, TikTok family. I do not do crypto and I do not do Bitcoin, y'all. So please do not get finessed out here. Don't do it. Do not get finessed. YouTube, only follow the TikTok account that's linked in my link tree, okay? All other ones are fake. Also, TikTok or YouTube, let me show you guys how to, oh, it died. Let me show you guys how to access it from YouTube. Let me see where we at. YouTube. Okay, you guys are gonna go to my channel. Oopsies. Okay, go to my YouTube channel and you're gonna click on this link right here that says stand.store. Okay, so once you click on that link, see where it says join my mentorship. It's that top link there. Okay, and then just choose whichever browser you want. I always go with Safari. And then it'll take you there. And as you guys see, I've marked it down. It is only $397. Good morning. It is only $397, okay? Very good. Any more questions for me? This was a Q&A. I'm going to be doing more of these because it seems like y'all really like these. So I'll be doing more. I'll be doing more Q&As. If there are no questions, I appreciate you guys for joining me this morning. I hope you guys have an amazing Thursday. Amazing Thursday. Let me make sure there's no one on the site before we lock out. I'm gonna take the price back up. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay, I see 4 people hanging out. If you are about to invest, tell me to wait and I'll wait. I'll keep the price down for a few more minutes. If not, I will take it back up to the $497. If someone got burnt from mentor, you waste so much. What do you mean if someone got burnt? Hold on, I must have missed another question. What do you mean if someone got burnt from a mentor? What do you mean? And you wasted most money on meta ads. So I don't, okay, Noki, I will leave it marked down for a few more minutes for you. You wasted most, so that's the thing. So there's nothing wrong with, I can't use the word on TikTok for whatever reason. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not anti none of that. A business is a business. A lot of businesses spend money on that, right? A lot of businesses spend money on that. There's nothing wrong with it. I used to spend money on that. However, with the way the algorithms are today, I just don't feel like you need to do that. Because now, see, when I first started, you had to have a following in order for your content to get pushed. You had to have a lot of followers. This is the best time to start your business because there are plenty of creators who don't have a following, who are making a lot of money, who are getting seen, they're getting exposure because now what these platforms are focusing on is strictly interest. Their goal, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, doesn't matter where you're at, their goal is to keep you on their platform. They don't want you swiping off and going to YouTube. They want you here, right? Whichever platform you're on, they want you here. Okay, so they are going to show you content that they know you like based off of other things that you have interacted with. This is perfect for people who are just getting started, who don't have a following, who don't have subscribers. Because as long as that person's interests meet the interests of the viewers, they're going to show it. I get on YouTube. I kid you not. I love to watch YouTube on my TV. And I'll scroll through and try to find my favorite creators, right? Sometimes they don't post a video that day. But YouTube will still show me videos from people based off of what YouTube knows I enjoy watching. Yes. And as long as their title catches my attention, as long as their thumbnail catches my attention, I click and I watch it. And then I'm like, I like this girl. I'll go to her channel. She got 500 subscribers. Now she got 501. Now I'm locked in. I'm watching her. Because YouTube's only goal is to give me content that it knows I like. That's it. So this is the perfect time to grow. This is the perfect time to grow. And because the algorithms are like this today, I just don't think you need to pay for that. I just don't feel like you need to pay for that. I really don't. I really don't. Not today. Years ago, yes. Today, no. Not today. Not today. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay? So I don't think you have to. I really don't. And again, I'm not against it. I'm not anti. I'm just saying I just don't think today you have to do that. It's a totally different game today than it was years ago. Totally different. Okay? Let me see. Is there anyone else interested in investing in the mentorship before I take the price back up? If not, I am going to take it back up to $497. Right now it is $397. Also, you guys, for those of y'all who are not ready to invest, my Skool community is open. We meet on there live every other week. It's a Q&A, so anything you guys are struggling with, you guys can ask me on there. Also, I have lots of tutorials on how to sell, how to create your content, plug and plays. I give a done for you product every single month. Okay, done for you just means it's already completed. You don't have to make it. You literally just upload it to your hosting site and you start reselling it. Okay, so I drop a new one every month. So May's is in there as well. May's is there. And once June hits, I will be dropping June's in there as well. Okay, and the Skool community is only $39 a month. Skool is only $39 a month. You can cancel at any time. Okay, absolutely. So join the Skool if you're not ready to invest in the mentorship. Join the Skool. The Skool is the first link in my link tree. Let me pull that up for you guys 1 second. The Skool is the first link in my link tree. Let me start with TikTok. Sorry, y'all, the iPad died on me. TikTok. In order for you guys to access Skool, click on my profile picture up at the top and come to my profile here. And then you'll click on the link tree and then click on this first link here. Okay. And then you'll click on this first button that says join my Skool community, okay? Do you use Shopify? No, I use Stan Store. Stan Store, S-T-A-N Store. I use Stan Store. I love Stan Store. But let me give you some advice for those of you guys who are brand new to all this. You just started today, right? You might not have any traffic yet. Start on Gumroad. Start on Gumroad because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale, okay? So they charge you 10% for every sale that you make. So that's a great place to start. Gumroad is a great place to start. And then once you start generating traffic, you start doing the things I teach you to do, and you start making that money, come to Stan Store, because Stan Store has a lot of stuff that will help you expand your business. So they have email automations, DM flows for your Instagram. It's just a totally different ball game. But Stan Store, you have to pay a flat rate. So until you start making money, I just start, just start what's free. Yes, I like Stan Store. I really do. Gumroad takes a percentage. They take 10% of every sale. Absolutely. And then Stan Store, they charge you, I think it's $99 a month. So until you start making $99 a month, just start on Gumroad. Just start on Gumroad, okay? Any more questions before we head out? You guys are welcome to join the Skool community as well. Like I said, it's only $39 a month. We meet every other Thursday evening, 7 p.m. So we meet next Thursday. That's going to be live. The Zoom link is in there. And I upload new content every week for that as well. So I have motivational videos in there, videos on sales and marketing, building your brands, building your community, okay? So lots of stuff in Skool. Lots of stuff in Skool. I launched Skool a few days ago. So Skool is up and running. Skool is up and running, okay? And if we do not have any more questions, I am going to take the price of the mentorship back up. Let me do that now so I don't forget. And make sure you, like I said, make sure you guys follow me if you have not already. Hold on. I'm going to do it now because I don't want to be forgetting. Make sure you guys follow me if you have not already, okay? Follow, follow, follow. Please do not get finessed on these TikTok streets. All right. I just took the price back up for the mentorship. That price is up. We're back at $4.97, okay? What camera am I using? Right now, I'm just on my iPhone. My camera, when I'm making my YouTube videos, I do have a camera. It's a Sony A7. It's a Sony A7. Okay? Very good. So thank you. Okay? But on the lives, I'm just using my cell phone. The lives, I'm just using my cell phones. Okay? And I got the ring light above me. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I enjoyed you. I hope you guys have an amazing Thursday, and I will talk to y'all later, okay? Bye, YouTube.